Now let's say mhlambe ufuna ukusave imali or ufuna uku-investa imali over a certain period of time. Let's take 11 years. Let's say ufuna ukusave imali for a period of 11 years. Then you decide to get bank, uvula savings account, ufake na 5,000 rand. Ne? Now uqeda ukufaka le 5,000 rand, ibank ithi kuwe, okay, you know what? Sizokupha ama interest, ne? So sizothi for the first 7 years sokupha lama interest lawa 12% compounded monthly, and then for the remaining periods sokupha 10% per annum compounded quarterly. Maybe now ungasuka la kule bank le uhambe yokwenye bank ama uzothola ama interest rates ahlukile, uyabona? Now so let's say decide ukustika na le bank le, ne? Decide ukustika na le bank le. This problem ungayenza le, ne? That's if and only if uyibukelile le lesson yami yama changing interest rates for ama compounding problems. Check out the description box, there's a link to ama changing interest rates. Now let's do a quick calculation just to demonstrate how I approach the problem. So since it's a compounded interest, so inside the compound formula, and then we substitute again. So calculate the accumulated amount. Also ukhumbule sifuna ini the accumulated amount or the future value, right, for your investment. So the investment yohlala for a period of 11 years. Over this period of 11 years kube ne change yama interest rates, yabona? Now the problem so yenza kanjani sizothi ke manje. So for the first 7 years, this is what has happened or what has occurred. The 5,000 rand yothola lama interest rates lawa, and then siyabuya siya multiply ngalama interest rates ka 10% lawa sale. We multiply them, and then nang calculator lana ngithola ukuthi answer yami nayi, ne? Just a quick calculation to demonstrate ukuthi with ama changing interest rates uzowenza kanjani. By the way, there's a lesson for this, ne? I just want to remind you kancane. Now in the real world, ne? In the real world, it might happen ukuthi mhlambe uhlangabezane nelo kanje, uhlangabezane mhlambe nenkinga, or upope ufuna ukufaka more kule savings account le, ibank yakuvumela lokho. Alright, now let's say mhlambe uyapopa ufuna ukufaka more money. Let's say onyakweni was 5 ufaka 5,000 rand, I mean 4,000 rand. Then uyabuya uvelelwa i-emergency la udinga imali urgently ku T9. So this lesson sizobe discuss ama problems afana nala where ufaka imali, where withdraw imali, ne? Sometimes uyayifaka, sometimes uyayikhipha. It happens. Life happens. Now asenze swas erase. This lesson is best demonstrated using ama examples. Let's take our first example. Now let's say Jennifer received a gift of 4,000 rand from her boyfriend. Jennifer bambheja 4,000 rand. She deposited the money into a savings account. Yabona? Uzenza uclever nyana nje. And like, I think this is a smart move as well. Mhlamba akayidingi, yabona? So yena decide ukwenzana ukuyithatha isave ayifake kuphi ebank. Maybe uzoyidinga at a later stage. Who knows? For something important, yabona? Or mhlambe uyayibheka ufuna ukuzithengela something special maybe in the future. And then 3 years later she received another gift of 5,000 rand from her boyfriend and deposited the money into the savings account. Yabona? Into the savings account. So fakima bamuphi 4,000 rand initially, uyayiyekela in a savings account. Then 3 years later bamuphe imali ka 5,000 rand, ne? And deposited the money into the savings account. Bese bathi calculate how much money Jennifer will have saved 3 years after the deposit of the 5,000 rand. So le savings account le serve or izoba opened for a period of 6 years, ne? According to the statement. I'm sure about this calculator how much money Jennifer will have saved 3 years after a deposit of 5,000 rand. Let the 5,000 rand le deposited 3 years after 4,000 rand. So in total it's 6 years. Assume that the interest rate for the first 2 years of the savings period is 18% per annum compounded monthly. And that it changes to 18% per annum compounded half yearly for the remaining 4 years. As I was saying, it's 6 years, so the first 2 plus the remaining 4 years. That's of 6 years. Now, I always emphasize this. Lama problems with financial mathematics like a grade 11. Use a timeline now solver. There's a reason why swabiza ngutama timelines. It's because of solving ama timelines, ne? Solving ama timelines. But the more we practice, man. In fact, the timeline I don't la. But anyway, now timeline yethu for the period of 6 years. Basitshela for the first 2 years, even 18% compounded monthly, and then for the remaining 4 years, sibana 18%, but half yearly this time, ne? But half yearly, right? And then bambheja kokuqala 3 years later babuye bambheje futhi nge-5,000 rand, uyabona? So thina sosebenzisa compound formula. Compound formula ngoba the rates are compounded. Now siyabuya ke manje sithi ke manje accumulated amount, it's this value la, it's the future value. So the 4,000 rand yohlala over this period in the savings account. So nayihlezi iyobona this 18% compounded monthly bese ibona nale change in interest rate half yearly, uyabona? And then lo 5,000 rand lo uyohlala over le period le you experience only one interest rate, which is this 18% per annum compounded half yearly kuphela over a period of 1 to 3, right? But lo 4,000 u experience way 2 lama interest rates la. So which it's something that should reflect in the calculation then. So let's deal with 4,000 rand. 4,000 rand 1 plus, what's the interest rate again? It's 0.18 divided by monthly for the first 2 years. So it's going to be 2 times 12 multiplied by the remaining interest rate 18% compounded half yearly. So half yearly, it's divided by 2. Then we say 2 times 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 4 la. Plus lo 5,000 rand edile lo ya. So lo 5,000 rand you accumulate an interest rate of 18% compounded half yearly for a period of 3 years. So it's 1 plus 0.18 half yearly for a period of 3 years. So it's 2 times 3. Let us calculate together. Okay, calculator. Right, 4,000 rand 1 plus 0.18 divided by 12, everything raised to 2 times 12 times 1 plus 0.18 divided by 2 raised to exponent 2 times 4 plus 5,000 rand. Make sure good we are double check now calculator. It's easy to make mistakes. Calculations 2 times 3. Now so it's 19,779 in 2 decimal places. Fixed to 2 decimal places, it's answer it, it's 19,779 77900. Now answer it. Simple. Just make sure that you have a timeline so that you can track down the transactions as well as the change in interest rates. Now, asenze another example ke manje. Asenze another example. Sometimes we uthola a problem like this one where bazothi kuwe mhlambe now you have the accumulated amount. Now let's say mhlambe Jennifer after a 6-year period in a bank account or in a savings account uthole this much, right? Uthole this much. Le mali bekayisave all along. Okay, bekayisave all along. Uqale nge 5,000 rand. I mean uqale nge 4,000 rand wafaka nani ne 5,000 rand over a 6-year period. Mthini mar? No. Okay, let's say mhlambe uJennifer. Yeah. This one makes sense. Let's say uJennifer mhlambe usave, I mean akasavanga but uthethe i-loan. Aha, naso okay. Uthethe ini i-loan. Mhlambe uthethe i-loan so bese bathi kuwe the loan taken, which is the value ka P, it's unknown. Ne? It's unknown. I mean the value of A this time, not P. P asola bestila na bu P. So this time let's say uJennifer uthethe a loan. Nayi loan yakhona mhlambe loan yakhona it's A equal to this. Then when you have to calculate ubani P this time, right? So siyazi ukuthi nanga bufuna calculate P from the compound interest formula, you just say accumulated 1 plus I raised to exponent bani n. Now we want to calculate to P. So this time, so calculate to P, meaning that we are going back again this time. I started this problem where there's a loan involved again. My investments, my savings. Now we are dealing with my loans. Now deal nama loan wa take lisha so. Alright again. Now Stefan again. Stefan repaid a 7-year loan by means of 2,300 4 years after the granting of the loan, and 4,200 3 years after. 3 years after. So the interest rate for the first 5 years was 10% per annum compounded half yearly and 12% per annum compounded monthly for the remaining period. What was the amount she originally borrowed? That's the question. Again. Please use a timeline. Alright, let's track it down our interest rates. We can see that it was 10% half yearly for the first 5 years. And then for the remaining period was 12%. It was 12%. It's for calculator P this time, right? The originally borrowed amount. Ne? She made a payment lana 4 years after by means of 2,300 4 years after the granting of the loan now, and then 4,200 rand was paid 3 years thereafter the amount 1 2 3, meaning that at T7 4,200 was paid. So now our task is to find ukuthi uboleke malini ke, uyabona? So unokuthola ama questions on ama loans akubuyisela back emuva, ama investments nama savings akubuyisela kuphi phambili, ne? Akubuyisela phambili. Now since this calculator ubani P this time, we are going back. We are going back. Ulandela lama transaction now. This transaction and that and this transaction. So calculate to P where A, it's these guys lama accumulated amount lawa 1 plus I raised to exponent n. So therefore P yoba equal to there's nothing different. Okay, into ihlukile ukuthi this time isibuyele emuva ke manje, ne? But the idea it remains the same, right? So for example, so qala ngalo 4200, 4200 1 plus what's the interest yalelo kanje. Asobheka ngiboleka imali, but le mali le ngibhadala ngama installments ahlukene. Ngikhipha this one 2300. By the way, imali nangabe uyahamba uya bank uyoboleka imali, wangahlala isikhathi ungayibhadali, understand something ukuthi izo accumulate ama interest amaningi at a faster pace, ne? Izo accumulate ama interest masinyana. So now more uyibhadala i-loan yakho, it's the more uqeda ukuyibhadala, the more we amortize. That's a big term for finishing off paying i-loan yakho, ne? So uyithethe la i-loan but ubhadala 4 years later, so ithola ama interest amaningi. So therefore le 2300 le, ne, le 2300 iyothola ama interest over the period. Yangithola le loan oyithethe la accumulate ama interest. So now ubhadala, you are actually subtracting lapha, ne? You are subtracting from the loan, and then nala you are subtracting, ne? Okay, bheka ke manje. So kuyoba u4200. Ama interest are exposed to this 4200. So back data again, we are going back. It's 12% or 10%. So it's 0.10 over half yearly. It's 2, and then 2 times. Okay, half yearly. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay, 5. It should be negative la. It should be minus. It should be minus. No, it should be negative la. This time since ngibuyele move, it's negative, so it's 2 times 5 angisho times the interest rate le got 12. 1 plus 0.12 over monthly, it's 12, so it's 2 years, 1, 2, so it's negative 12 times 2 plus now lo 2000 rand lo ngiyam add into the loan, lo 4200 rand ngiyam add kahle ngithi I'm repaying ngayo, so ngiyam add la, ang subtract ngiya add 2300, and then yohlala for 1, 2, 3, 4 years, so it's 1 plus 0.10 divided by half yearly, so it's minus 1, 2, 3, 4, so it's 4 times 2. Then we multiply again, times 2, then we multiply, or we find if it got p, right? So 4000, 1 plus 0.10 divided by 2, negative 2 is exponent, negative 2 times 5, open bracket, 1 plus 0.12 divided by 12 raised to exponent negative 12 times 2 plus 2300, open bracket, 1 plus 0.10 divided by 2, everything raised to exponent negative 4 times 2. Make sure, what did I lose, Manjela? 4 okay 4200. We calculated it before, so I know if I miss something. Okay, 3500 So lana answer it's 3,587.42. so our lesson is ophelelala, but pay attention. I've only showed you ama additional payments. What if nama withdrawals again? Ne? What if nama withdrawals? If there's a withdrawal, you do what? You subtract. Let's go back to the example yokuqala leya. So this example yokuqala naila, ne? In this example, uma uthatha ukubheka la, if Jennifer azangathola imali from a boyfriend, but she decided to withdraw le 5,000 rand le, into boyoyenza boyovele uthi angisa 80, I'm just subtracting. That's it. Ama withdrawals, you just subtract. So this is the last thing ebengifuna ukuyi-add lana. Unfortunately, azange khona ukuthola a problem where they deal with ama withdrawals, but it's basically it's just a matter of subtracting and adding additional payments and withdrawals. So my withdrawals we are subtract. So I hope we enjoy this lesson. In the description box there are other videos concerning financial mathematics grade 11. Check it out. So for now, bye bye. Consider subscribing, liking and sharing. So bye bye.